Today, we welcome you to this heartfelt space where memories live on. Together, we'll honor the legends we've recently lost, celebrate their incredible journeys, and hold their legacies close. We'll also talk about WWE icon Jey Uso, who continues to inspire millions of fans through his strength, dedication, and never-give-up spirit. Subscribe now and join our supportive family that keeps their stories alive. Joyce Greybel, born Joyce Wade Murphy on November 9, 1952, was a trailblazing figure in American professional wrestling, leaving an indelible mark on the sport and helping pave the way for women in a male-dominated industry. Known for her remarkable athleticism, charisma, and dedication, Greybel became a cornerstone of women's wrestling, inspiring both fans and fellow wrestlers alike. Greybel first rose to prominence through her long-standing tag team partnership with Wendi Richter. Together, they became one of the most successful and celebrated duos in women's wrestling, capturing the NWA Women's World Tag Team Championship 3 times. Joyce also found success with another partner, Vicky Williams, claiming the same championship an additional 3 times. Beyond her tag team accolades, she held the NWA United States Women's Championship once, demonstrating her prowess as a singles competitor and earning respect across the wrestling world. Before Joyce Greybel became a household name, the moniker had already been used by the original Joyce Greybel, Joyce Fowler, who wrestled from 1963 to 1974 before retiring to focus on her family. Inspired by the legendary Judy Greybel, her idol and trainer, Betty Wade Murphy chose to carry forward the name Joyce Greybel upon her professional debut. This decision paid tribute to the women who came before her, honoring the lineage and influence of early female wrestlers. Throughout her career, Joyce Greybel's dedication to her craft helped elevate the status of women in professional wrestling. She was not just a competitor, but a pioneer, showing that female wrestlers could captivate audiences, tell compelling stories in the ring, and command the same respect as their male counterparts. Her influence extended beyond titles and accolades. She opened doors for countless women to pursue careers in wrestling and proved that talent, determination, and passion knew no gender. Joyce Greybel passed away at the age of 70, leaving behind a lasting legacy that continues to resonate in the wrestling community. Remembered for her skill, heart, and commitment to advancing women's athletics, she remains a beloved figure whose contributions helped shape the landscape of professional wrestling. Her story is a testament to resilience, inspiration, and the power of paving the way for those who follow. Mike Von Erich, born Michael Brett Adkisson on March 2, 1964, was part of the storied Von Erich wrestling family, whose name has become both legendary and tragic in the world of professional wrestling. The 4th son of wrestling icon Fritz Von Erich, Mike grew up surrounded by the sport that had defined his family's life. Wrestling wasn't just a career choice, it was a family legacy. Following in the footsteps of his older brothers Kerry, Kevin, David, and Chris, Mike stepped into the ring at the age of 19, making his debut in 1983 with the Texas-based World Class Championship Wrestling, WCCW. Unlike some of his brothers, who were celebrated for their extraordinary charisma and athletic prowess, Mike's strengths were quieter, but no less important. He was dedicated, loyal, and hardworking, qualities that endeared him to fans and made him a beloved member of the Von Erich dynasty. Behind the bright lights and roaring crowds, however, Mike faced challenges that were far less visible. In 1985, he contracted toxic shock syndrome following shoulder surgery, an illness that brought severe physical pain and left lasting effects on his body and mind. Recovery was slow and difficult, and the combination of physical limitations and the relentless pressure to live up to his family name weighed heavily on him. Over time, Mike struggled with depression, a battle compounded by the high expectations of being a Von Erich and the public scrutiny that came with it. Despite the love of his family and the admiration of fans, the weight of these pressures became overwhelming. Tragically, at just 23 years old, Mike took his own life, leaving behind a story of promise, dedication, and heartbreak. Mike Von Erich's life, though brief, is remembered not just for the challenges he faced, but for the loyalty, courage, and heart he brought to the ring and to his family. His story is a poignant reminder of the human cost behind the spectacle of professional wrestling and the mental health struggles that can go unseen. Within the Von Erich family history, Mike's legacy remains a mixture of love, loss, and enduring admiration from those who knew him and the fans who continue to remember him. Jerome Young, better known to wrestling fans as New Jack, was born on January 3, 1963, in Greensboro, North Carolina. From humble beginnings, he carved a name for himself in the world of professional wrestling, becoming one of the most notorious and influential figures in the industry. Known for his fearless approach and extreme in-ring style, New Jack embodied the chaos and raw energy that hardcore wrestling demanded. He wasn't just performing moves, he was creating moments that fans would never forget. New Jack made his wrestling debut in 1992, quickly standing out for his intensity and charisma. Paired with Mustafa Syed, he formed the tag team The Gangstas, a duo whose gangsta-inspired personas reflected the harsh realities of street life. Their storylines often touched on race and social issues, something rare in wrestling at the time, and New Jack's edgy, unapologetic promos brought an unmatched authenticity to their narratives. Fans gravitated toward his work because, despite the scripted nature of wrestling, New Jack felt real, dangerous, unpredictable, and alive in the ring. Throughout his career, New Jack was no stranger to controversy. One of the most talked about incidents came in 2004, when he accidentally injured fellow wrestler Erich during a match. The incident led to a legal battle and sparked debates about safety and responsibility in professional wrestling. Yet, even in the face of criticism, New Jack's reputation among hardcore wrestling fans remained largely untarnished. He was admired for his dedication to entertaining audiences, often at great personal risk, and for pushing the boundaries of what wrestling could be. Jonathan Rechner, better known to wrestling fans as Balls Mahoney, was born on April 11, 1972, in Spring Lake Heights, New Jersey. From a young age, he gravitated toward the world of professional wrestling, drawn to its drama, athleticism, and larger-than-life characters. Mahoney began his journey in the late 1980s, performing in independent promotions under a variety of gimmicks. Early in his career, he had brief stints in the World Wrestling Federation as Santa Claus, and later in Smoky Mountain Wrestling as Boo Bradley, sharing the ring with future stars like Chris Candido and Sonny. But it was in Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, that Mahoney truly found his calling. Joining the promotion in 1997, he reinvented himself as Balls Mahoney, a persona that matched the chaotic, hardcore spirit of ECW. Mahoney quickly became a fan favorite, known for his fearless, no-holds-barred approach to wrestling. He wasn't afraid to take punishment or dish it out, often engaging in brutal, blood-soaked matches that thrilled audiences. His signature steel chair became an extension of his persona, and ECW fans would erupt in chants of "Balls" whenever he swung it, a testament to his connection with the crowd. Mahoney also formed a memorable tag team with Axel Rotten, called the Hardcore Chair Swingin' Freaks. Together, they became synonymous with ECW's wild, unpredictable style, delivering high-energy matches that left a lasting impression on fans, even though they never captured the tag team titles. After ECW folded in 2001, Mahoney continued to wrestle on the independent circuit and later appeared in WWE's ECW Revival. Though the mainstream platform limited his ability to fully showcase his hardcore style, he remained committed to entertaining fans and staying true to the spirit that made him beloved. Tragically, the years of brutal matches and physical strain took their toll. Balls Mahoney passed away on April 12, 2016, just one day after his 44th birthday, from a heart attack. His legacy lives on as a symbol of the hardcore wrestling movement, fearless, entertaining, and deeply connected to the fans who cheered him every step of the way. Balls Mahoney may have left the ring, but his impact on professional wrestling, particularly ECW, continues to resonate. Terry Gene Bollea, better known to the world as Hulk Hogan, passed away on July 24, 2025, in Clearwater, Florida, at the age of 71. For more than 4 decades, Hogan was not just a professional wrestler, he was a symbol of an era, a larger-than-life personality whose influence stretched far beyond the wrestling ring. Born on August 11, 1953, in Augusta, Georgia, and raised in Florida, Hogan grew into a towering figure, both physically standing 6 feet 7 inches, and culturally becoming one of the most recognizable faces in sports entertainment. Hogan's journey in wrestling began in the late 1970s, a time when professional wrestling was still finding its place in mainstream culture. It wasn't long before his charisma, commanding presence, and magnetic personality made him a star. By the 1980s, he became the centerpiece of the World Wrestling Federation's rock and wrestling era, captivating audiences with his heroic persona, catchphrases like, "What you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?" and unforgettable theme music that announced his arrival. Hogan's appeal was universal. Kids cheered, adults were captivated, and wrestling became something the entire family could enjoy. His list of accomplishments is staggering. Hogan was a 6-time WWF champion and a 6-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, headlining numerous WrestleMania events. Perhaps no moment encapsulates his legacy better than his legendary body slam of Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, a feat watched by millions and celebrated as one of wrestling's most iconic moments. Beyond the ring, Hogan became a pop culture phenomenon. He starred in movies and television shows, appeared in countless commercials, and even lent his voice to animated series, further cementing his status as a household name. While his life and career were not without controversy, Hogan's impact on wrestling and entertainment is undeniable. Hulk Hogan was more than an athlete or entertainer. He was a symbol of hope, excitement, and larger-than-life showmanship. His charisma, passion, and dedication inspired generations of fans and wrestlers alike. Though he has left this world, the energy of Hulkamania and the mark he made on professional wrestling will live on forever. Joshua Samuel Fatu, widely known to fans as Jey Uso, has been a beacon of passion, athleticism, and charisma in WWE for over a decade. From his early days as part of the legendary Uso family, Jey carved a path defined by intense in-ring storytelling, emotional performances, and moments that resonated deeply with audiences around the world. He is not just a performer, but a symbol of dedication, having balanced the expectations of a wrestling dynasty while continually evolving his craft to maintain relevance in one of the most competitive entertainment industries on the planet. Over the years, Jey's presence has been a staple on WWE programming. Whether he was thrilling fans alongside his brother Jimmy as part of the dominant tag team, or establishing himself as a formidable singles competitor, capable of holding his own against the company's top stars. His journey has not been without challenges. The wrestling world is physically demanding, and injuries are a harsh reality for even the most talented athletes. In recent months, the WWE Universe has been particularly concerned about Jey's absence from in-ring action, and the speculation surrounding his health, recovery timeline, and future in WWE has become a topic of passionate discussion. While the fans' concerns are understandable, the story behind Jey Uso's absence is one of resilience, dedication, and a commitment to returning to the ring stronger than ever. The incident. Understanding Jey Uso's injury. Jey Uso's current hiatus from WWE competition stems from an incident that tested both his physical endurance and mental resilience. During a particularly intense confrontation with Drew McIntyre, Jey sustained an injury that required immediate medical attention. While WWE has historically dramatized attacks and injuries for storyline purposes, in this instance, the injury was genuine, leaving Jey sidelined and focused entirely on recovery. According to reports, the injury primarily impacted his ribs and upper body, areas that are crucial for the agility, strength, and balance required in professional wrestling. Though WWE has chosen not to disclose every detail of the injury publicly, the assessment by medical personnel indicated a significant trauma that necessitated a break from active competition. For fans who have followed Jey's career, it is important to understand that injuries of this nature are not only physically taxing, but can also take a considerable emotional toll on performers who are used to constant movement, travel, and competition. Despite the severity of the situation, Jey's mindset has been described as resolute, with the superstar taking a measured approach to rehabilitation under the guidance of medical experts and WWE officials. This careful management of his injury reflects both his professionalism and his awareness that rushing back prematurely could jeopardize his long-term health and career. The recovery journey, patience, and rehabilitation. Since the incident, Jey Uso has been on a deliberate path of recovery, balancing rest with targeted rehabilitation to ensure that his body heals properly. Professional wrestling, as fans know, is a sport that demands peak physical condition, and injuries affecting the upper body and ribs can interfere with nearly every aspect of performance, from high-impact maneuvers to the stamina needed for extended matches. Reports indicate that Jey has been working closely with WWE's medical team, engaging in physical therapy, conditioning exercises, and careful monitoring to rebuild his strength without causing additional strain. While official updates have been limited, backstage sources suggest that Jey is approaching this period with focus and discipline, understanding that a complete recovery is far more important than an expedited return. Injuries of this nature can fluctuate in recovery time based on multiple factors, including the body's response to therapy, natural healing processes, and the intensity of rehabilitation. Jey's decision to take the necessary time reflects a maturity that has become a hallmark of his career, demonstrating a commitment to longevity rather than short-term gain. Addressing speculation, separating fact from fiction. In the absence of regular television appearances, speculation about Jey Uso's condition has naturally intensified, with rumors ranging from career-ending concerns to dissatisfaction with WWE. However, separating fact from conjecture is essential in understanding his true situation. One common rumor suggested that his injury might be so severe that he would never return to the ring. In reality, credible sources and insiders confirm that while the injury is serious, there is no evidence to suggest that his career is in jeopardy. Jey's history of resilience, coupled with careful medical oversight, supports the likelihood of a full recovery. Another narrative that surfaced involved claims that Jey was using the injury as a reason to step away from WWE due to dissatisfaction with his career trajectory. These claims lack foundation, as Jey has consistently been positioned as a main event caliber talent and has recently embarked on a solo run that elevated his status within the company. Throughout his career, he has expressed gratitude toward WWE, his colleagues, and the fans, underscoring a deep-seated passion for performing. Additionally, some speculation posited that Jey's absence was a creative decision rather than a medical necessity. While WWE has occasionally removed performers from television for storyline purposes, multiple credible reports affirm that Jey's time away is genuinely health-related, driven by the need to recover from a significant physical injury. Even within the realm of medical recovery, rumors suggested that his injury was worse than initially reported, creating unnecessary alarm among fans. While varying degrees of severity are common in professional wrestling injuries, the current information emphasizes progress rather than crisis, indicating a carefully managed and positive path toward healing. Mental resilience. Jey Uso's determination. Injuries are often as much a mental challenge as a physical one, and Jey Uso's career provides ample evidence of his psychological fortitude. Over the years, he has endured countless physically demanding matches, personal hardships, and the pressures of living up to a celebrated family legacy. Through it all, Jey has cultivated an ability to confront adversity with focus and determination, qualities that are proving crucial during this recovery period. Reports from friends and family suggest that he has remained disciplined, prioritizing rehabilitation and health over public appearances or social media commentary. This restraint reflects an understanding of the importance of long-term well-being, as well as a commitment to returning to the WWE Universe in peak form. The mental resilience Jey demonstrates in these moments is an extension of the dedication that has defined his entire career. A willingness to endure hardship, learn from setbacks, and emerge stronger than before. For fans who have followed his journey, this period serves as a testament to the character, professionalism, and tenacity that have made Jey Uso a respected figure within WWE and beyond. The ripple effect, impact on WWE programming. Jey Uso's absence has inevitably influenced the broader landscape of WWE programming. On the Raw brand, his recent solo run had generated considerable momentum, drawing fan attention and elevating key storylines. With Jey sidelined, WWE has had to adapt creatively, giving other superstars opportunities to step into more prominent positions. While this shift has allowed emerging talent to showcase their abilities, it has also left fans eager for the eventual return of one of WWE's most dynamic performers. The anticipation surrounding his comeback underscores the impact he has had on the company's storytelling and the emotional investment of the audience. When Jay does return, it is likely to be a moment that redefines ongoing feuds and reshapes the competitive hierarchy, reaffirming his role as a central figure within WWE. Speculation on the future, where Jey Uso stands. While no official return date has been confirmed, speculation about Jey Uso's future is both understandable and inevitable. Fans wonder not only when he will return, but also how he will be reintroduced, what storylines will define his comeback, and what new chapters lie ahead for him professionally. Medical clearance remains the critical determinant for his return, and WWE officials are reportedly monitoring his progress closely to ensure that his re-entry into competition is both safe and impactful. The trajectory of Jay's comeback will likely involve a combination of physical readiness and narrative timing, allowing the company to maximize both his performance capabilities and his fan engagement. The possibilities are numerous. He may seek a resolution to past conflicts, engage in new rivalries, or step into championship pursuits, each scenario offering a chance to showcase the refined skills and resilience honed during his time away. What is certain is that Jay's return will be a celebrated event, one that reflects the culmination of his hard work, determination, and enduring popularity. Financial considerations and career stability. Beyond the physical and mental challenges, injuries in professional wrestling can also create financial considerations, as time away from active competition may impact income from appearances, merchandise sales, and potential endorsements. For a high-profile superstar like Jey Uso, WWE contracts and benefits provide a level of stability, but the absence from the ring inevitably shifts the dynamics of earning opportunities. Navigating this period requires both patience and strategic planning, ensuring that his financial stability aligns with his recovery needs. Historically, Jay and his family have demonstrated an understanding of the business side of wrestling, managing both in-ring and personal financial commitments with care. The focus during this time remains on prioritizing health and long-term career sustainability, reflecting a broader perspective that balances professional ambition with practical considerations. Lessons in resilience and dedication. Jey Uso's current situation offers a broader lesson in resilience, illustrating how athletes navigate setbacks that are both physical and emotional. Recovery from injury requires patience, adaptability, and a deep trust in medical guidance. It also demands mental fortitude, as the uncertainty of timeline and outcome can create significant stress. Throughout his career, Jay has embodied these qualities, demonstrating that setbacks are not endpoints, but opportunities for growth and renewal. His approach to recovery, measured, disciplined, and focused on long-term health, reflects a professionalism that extends far beyond his in-ring abilities. It is a reminder to fans and aspiring performers alike that true success in professional wrestling is not defined solely by victories or accolades, but by the ability to confront challenges, learn from adversity, and emerge stronger. Anticipating the comeback. The anticipation surrounding Jey Uso's eventual return is palpable. Fans speculate about potential rivalries, championship pursuits, and the moments that will define his renewed presence in WWE. While the exact timing remains uncertain, what is clear is that his comeback will be celebrated as a triumph of perseverance and passion. The combination of his athletic skill, storytelling ability, and fan connection ensures that Jay's re-entry into WWE programming will not be merely a return. It will be an event that reaffirms his status as one of the company's most beloved superstars. When he does step back into the ring, it will be the culmination of careful planning, disciplined rehabilitation, and a testament to the resilience that has defined his career. Final reflections. Jey Uso's enduring legacy. In reflecting on Jey Uso's career, it becomes clear that his journey is defined not solely by his matches or championships, but by the character, dedication, and passion he brings to professional wrestling. His current hiatus is a chapter in a larger narrative, one that underscores the human side of athletes in a physically demanding industry. While injuries and absences are challenging, they are also moments that reveal the depth of commitment, resilience, and professionalism that define performers like Jey Uso. Fans will continue to support him, eager for updates and hopeful for his return, knowing that the patience required during recovery will ultimately lead to a comeback worthy of celebration. In every sense, Jey Uso represents the enduring spirit of WWE, a combination of talent, heart, and the relentless pursuit of excellence, even in the face of adversity.